Hi everybody, it's FIBO Group and you are watching to the Market Watch review. The MSCI Asia Pacific Index rose every day this week, and the index of mainland shares traded in Hong Kong grew nearly 6.3%. The Stoxx 600 in Europe is up 0.5% this week. The S&P 500 in the US closed above the January 2021 downtrend line and reached new highs yesterday. The bias in U.S. stock futures is slightly higher now. The Australian dollar is the only currency that traded this week, aside from the G10 currencies, which are benefiting from optimism about China's reopening and a reassessment on the trajectory of monetary policies after a stronger-than-expected inflation report. Crude oil remains firm, with the March WTI contract at $82. The March WTI contract is above $82. This month's high was a little higher. Next week's Fed, ECB, and BOE meetings are the main focus. Also, the U.S. jobs report is the focus. Asian Pacific market. While Tokyo's inflation was higher than expected this month, it could be at 4.4% instead of 4.0%. This month saw the start of energy subsidies and will likely continue into next month. The dollar was traded from JPY 130.20 just before Tokyo's CPI to session lows of 129.50 in response. It is currently consolidating at around 130 with a 20 pip range. To lead the G10 currencies, the Australian dollar gained a little over 2% this week. This was the biggest increase in 2 months. The Aussie has increased in 12 of 15 weeks. A higher-than-expected fourth-quarter inflation has raised the probability of a quarter-point increase by the central bank next month. Market of Europe. Expect 50 BP increases by the Bank of England and European Central Bank next week. Two key differences exist. First, the Bank of England's move is only a quarter of its terminal rate. After next week's move, the ECB will likely raise rates by at least 75 BP. Second, the market favors a Bank of England cut later in the year. The euro trades quietly within a range of about 1/3 of a penny below $1.09. This week, sterling was among the softest of the G10 currencies. It was almost $1.2420 in Asia before falling to 1.2360. Market of America. The underlying signals from U.S. GDP were still being confused by trade and inventories. They are largely responsible to the contraction in the first half of 2022, but have seen notable increases in the second. In Q4, inventories grew by 1.5 percentage points and net exports grew by 0.6 percentage points. The U.S. economy was more robust in the first half of 2022 than its GDP figures indicated, but it was less strong later in the year. Yesterday's low of CAD 1.33 was a new low for the greenback. It is now at 1.3350 and has set new session lows in Europe, morning just below 1.3315. That's all for me. Closely monitor the news background and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.